Welcome, my friends. I'm so happy to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about the incredible journey of someone who started with nothing and built one of the biggest empires in the world today. This story is full of lessons, inspiration, and motivation, so make sure you listen carefully. So, let's get started, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can keep learning with us. Mark Zuckerberg is a name everyone knows. He's the creator of Facebook, one of the most powerful platforms in the world today. But do you know how he started? How did a young boy just like you grow up to change the world? Mark Elliott Zuckerberg was born on May 14, 1984, in White Plains, New York, USA. He grew up in a family that believed in education and hard work. His father, Edward Zuckerberg, was a dentist, and his mother, Karen Zuckerberg, was a psychiatrist. They encouraged Mark to explore new ideas and learn as much as possible. From a young age, Mark showed a special interest in computers. He was not like most kids who played with toys or watched TV. Mark spent his time learning about computers, software, and how to make things work. He was very curious and loved experimenting with new ideas. When Mark was a child, he attended Ardsley High School in New York. Although he was very smart, he wasn't the best student in every class. Some of his teachers thought he was too quiet and didn't speak much. But Mark didn't mind. He knew that he was different from other kids, and he had big dreams. Even though he had trouble with some of his teachers, he was very talented in computer programming. At the age of 12, he created a program called ZuckNet, which was a simple chat system for his family to communicate. It worked like an early version of instant messaging, which we use today. Imagine that. Mark was just a teenager, and he already started making things that were ahead of his time. After creating ZuckNet, Mark's interest in programming grew even more. He began building simple games and software tools. One of his early projects was a music player, similar to what we use today on our phones to listen to music. Mark was learning quickly and applying his skills in ways that most people his age couldn't. He didn't just spend all his time working on computers. Mark also enjoyed playing sports and hanging out with his friends. But his true passion was always technology. He wanted to make something big, something that could change the way people lived. After high school, Mark went to Harvard University, one of the most famous schools in the world. At Harvard, he studied computer science and psychology. It was here at the age of 19 that Mark came up with an idea that would change his life forever. While at Harvard, Mark noticed that many students were using the internet to connect with each other, but the connections were very limited. He saw that students needed a better way to communicate with each other and share things like photos, status updates, and more. Mark came up with the idea for a website called the Facebook. This website allowed students to create personal profiles, share their information, and connect with each other in a way that had never been done before. It was like a social network, and it quickly became popular at Harvard. At first, the Facebook was only for Harvard students. But Mark and his friends, Dustin Moskovitz, Eduardo Saverin, and Chris Hughes, realized that they could expand it to other universities. The website quickly grew, and students from all over the country wanted to join. Soon, Facebook was born, and the world would never be the same again. Mark dropped out of Harvard to focus on Facebook full-time. This decision was huge, but Mark believed in his idea so much that he was willing to take risks. He moved to California, where he and his team continued to work on Facebook. They worked day and night, building something that would soon change the world. Mark Zuckerberg's decision to drop out of Harvard and pursue Facebook full-time was one of the most important moments in his life. At first, Facebook was just a small project with very few people using it, but Mark and his friends believed in it so strongly that they didn't give up. The early days of Facebook were difficult. Mark didn't have much money, and he didn't have all the resources that big companies have. But he had something even more important: passion and determination. Mark was willing to do whatever it took to make his idea work. He worked long hours, often staying up late at night, coding and fixing problems with the website. Every time he solved one problem, another would pop up, but he never got discouraged. Slowly, the website started to grow. It wasn't long before students from other universities wanted to join Facebook. Soon, people all over the United States were using Facebook to connect with each other, share pictures, and send messages. Mark and his team saw the potential, and they decided to expand the site even more. As Facebook grew, it started attracting attention from people in the business world. In 2004, Sean Parker, the co-founder of Napster, a popular music-sharing site, became involved with Facebook. Sean had a lot of experience in the tech industry, and he helped Mark turn Facebook into a more professional and serious business. Mark's success didn't come easily. As Facebook grew, it also started facing challenges. The company had to deal with competition from other social media sites, like MySpace, which was very popular at the time. But Mark was not afraid of the competition. Instead of backing down, he focused on improving Facebook and making it better than ever. Mark's dedication paid off. Facebook's user base grew quickly, and in just a few years, it became the most popular social media platform in the world. People from all walks of life were joining Facebook, from students and teachers to business leaders and celebrities. Facebook had become the go-to place for people to connect with their friends, family, and even strangers from different parts of the world. In 2007, Facebook made a huge step forward when it introduced Facebook ads, allowing businesses to advertise on the platform. This was a game changer. Facebook became not only a place to connect with people, but also a powerful tool for companies to reach millions of customers. Mark was now running a business that was worth billions of dollars. But Mark didn't stop there. He kept working hard to improve Facebook, adding new features and making it more user-friendly. One of the most important things that Mark did was create a mobile app for Facebook, allowing people to use the platform on their phones. This was another big breakthrough. More and more people started using Facebook on the go, and the number of users grew even faster. Mark's next big move came in 2012 when Facebook purchased Instagram, a photo-sharing app that was quickly becoming popular. At the time, Instagram had millions of users, but it didn't have the same resources and money that Facebook did. By buying Instagram, Mark was able to bring even more users to Facebook and expand the company's reach. Instagram's success was just one example of Mark's business genius. He understood that in the world of technology, things were constantly changing, and he had to stay ahead of the competition. By buying companies like Instagram and WhatsApp, Mark was able to strengthen Facebook's position in the tech world. Facebook's success wasn't just about money. It was about the way it changed the way people lived. Social media had become a part of everyday life. People were using Facebook to stay in touch with family members, share their lives, and even make new friends. Facebook had become more than just a website. It was a social movement. Mark had created something that was changing the world. As Facebook grew, Mark faced many challenges. The larger the company became, the more problems there were to solve. In 2014, Facebook faced serious issues with privacy. Some people were concerned about how their personal information was being shared and used. Mark had to make some tough decisions to make sure Facebook continued to grow while also protecting users' privacy. Despite the challenges, Mark never lost sight of his ultimate goal: to connect the world. He believed in the power of the internet to bring people together, and he worked hard to make sure Facebook continued to do that. Mark faced many critics and doubters along the way, but he always believed that his mission was more important than any negative comments or failures. He was focused on the bigger picture. One of the most inspiring parts of Mark's journey is how he handled failure. In the beginning, not everyone believed in Facebook. Some people thought it was just another website that wouldn't last. Even when Facebook was small, people doubted that it could grow into something huge. But Mark didn't listen to the doubters. He knew that if he worked hard enough and stayed true to his vision, he could make Facebook the most important platform in the world. As Facebook continued to grow, Mark's leadership also grew. He learned how to run a company, manage employees, and make tough decisions. He wasn't just the founder of Facebook, he became a global leader in the tech industry. People looked up to him as a role model for innovation and success. Mark also became involved in philanthropy, or giving back to society. In 2015, he and his wife, Priscilla Chan, announced that they would donate 99% of their Facebook shares to charity over their lifetimes. They started the Zuckerberg Initiative, a project focused on health, education, and social equality. Mark and Priscilla's goal was not just to make money, but to make the world a better place. This was a powerful reminder that success isn't just about personal wealth, it's about making a positive impact on the world around you. Today, Mark Zuckerberg is one of the wealthiest people in the world. His net worth is in the billions of dollars, and he makes money from Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and other business ventures. In just 1 second, Mark makes thousands of dollars. In a minute, he makes millions. Every day, he earns money from the millions of people who use Facebook, watch ads, and interact with content. But money isn't everything for Mark. What matters most to him is his vision. His mission was never about making money. It was about changing the world. Facebook has connected over 2.8 billion people around the world, and it has become a platform where people can share their lives, learn from each other, and grow together. Mark Zuckerberg's story is a powerful reminder that anything is possible if you believe in your ideas and work hard to achieve them. He came from a small town, faced many challenges, and even dropped out of college, but he changed the world because he never gave up. Mark Zuckerberg's story teaches us that no dream is too big, no challenge is too hard, and no idea is too small to make a difference. If you have a dream, work for it, stay focused, and remember, you can change the world. After achieving incredible success with Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg's story didn't just stay about business and technology, his values, and how he balanced everything with his growing career. In many ways, his personal journey is just as inspiring as his business journey. An important lesson Mark taught us is that failure is not the end. It's just a stepping stone. In fact, every failure is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. Don't be afraid to fail. Instead, embrace your mistakes and turn them into lessons. The most successful people are those who fail but never give up. Mark didn't just build Facebook. He built a mindset. A mindset that says, no matter what happens, I will keep going. And you can do the same. The road to success is rarely easy, but it's those who stay determined who reach the finish line. 3. Work hard and never stop learning. Mark Zuckerberg is known for his work ethic. From late-night coding sessions to constantly learning new things about technology, he never stopped trying to improve. One of the things that makes Mark stand out is his hunger for learning. He reads books, speaks with experts, and is always on the lookout for new knowledge. He knows that to keep growing, you must keep learning. So, whether you want to be successful in business, in your career, or in your personal life, never stop learning. You may not be perfect at everything you try, and that's okay. But always be curious and seek to grow and improve every day. Whether it's reading, watching educational videos, or talking to people who know more than you, remember this: knowledge is power. 4. Take risks and be bold. Mark Zuckerberg didn't play it safe. He dropped out of Harvard, a decision that shocked many. He invested in Instagram and WhatsApp when some people thought he was taking too big a risk. He dove into virtual reality when others thought it was too futuristic. Mark wasn't afraid to take bold risks because he saw things that others didn't. He trusted in his vision. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It means stepping out of your comfort zone and trusting yourself to take the next big leap. If you want to achieve something great, you have to be willing to take risks, even when others doubt you. The greatest opportunities come when you step into the unknown and embrace new challenges with courage. 5. Lead with purpose and serve others. Mark's goal has always been to connect people, but more importantly, to create a positive impact. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, these platforms were all built with a deeper purpose in mind, to bring the world closer together. Mark didn't just build these platforms to make money. He built them to change the way we communicate, to make the world more connected and, hopefully, a little bit better. The most successful people are not those who chase money or fame, but those who lead with purpose. Mark's story teaches us that if you want to succeed in life, you have to serve others. Whether you're creating a business, working in a community, or building a career, always keep in mind that your success should be tied to the value you create for others. When you make a positive impact, success will follow naturally. 6. Be resilient and stay focused. Mark Zuckerberg's success didn't happen overnight. He had to overcome many obstacles, including doubts from friends, competitors, and even some of his own challenges. But no matter what happened, he stayed focused on his goal. He kept moving forward, even when it seemed like the world was against him. Resilience is one of the most important traits you can develop. Life is going to throw challenges your way, but staying focused on your goals will help you push through those difficult moments. When things get tough, remember, the best opportunities often come after the hardest struggles. 7. Think big and keep pushing for change. Mark Zuckerberg never settled for small goals. From the moment he started Facebook, he dreamed of a global community. He didn't just want to connect his friends, he wanted to connect the world. And through all the ups and downs, he has continued to think big and push for change. Your dreams may seem impossible, but if you think big, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Don't let small thinking hold you back. Dream big, work hard, and believe in yourself. You have the power to change your life and the world, just like Mark did. Mark Zuckerberg's life shows us one of the most powerful truths of all. You can write your own story. You don't have to follow the path others expect you to take. You can create your own path. Just like Mark, you have the ability to dream, to build, and to impact the world in ways you never thought possible. Now it's your turn. What will you do with your life? What's your big dream? Take the lessons from Mark's story and make them your own. Believe in yourself. Never stop learning. Take bold risks and lead with purpose. The world is waiting for you to make your mark. Thank you for listening to Mark Zuckerberg's story. I hope it has inspired you, motivated you, and reminded you that anything is possible if you never give up. You are capable of greatness, and your story is only just beginning. Keep going, keep believing, and always push toward your dream.